Put the kids to bed. Dad's home. We are the DWO podcast representing the Dad World Order. I am the Mac Daddy and the Daddy Mac. You can call me Mr. Magnificent, Mike Martin. With me, as always, my main man, big sexy himself, Big Rig Eric Murphy. What's
What
up,
up?
partner?
What up? What up?
Not much.
Big chilling, my guy.
Just ready to roll into another holiday weekend.
Indeed.
12 hours of work between me and freedom. So
there you
let's
go.
do it.
Have a good weekend. Good,
Yeah.
good Christmas and all that.
Oh, absolutely. It was actually
Good.
kind of a different Christmas this year, but with the weather and everything, I mean, it kind of tied our hands a few places. So we kind of just hunkered down and hung out at the house and relaxed, and it was kind of chill. So different, but not bad.
Good.
So, and you?
Yeah.
Travel around much?
No, not really. Luckily, my family are classic Cincinnati West Siders that all live within 5 minutes of each other. So the most traveling I had to do was just across the river.
That's not too beautiful then.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I got home
overall,
Thursday from work and then didn't leave the house till Monday morning for work.
Hey, nothing
Right.
wrong with that at all.
That was a little preparation.
There you go.
What's
Excuse
that, Boy
me.
Scout?
Running on fumes right now.
Good.
Pretty good Dynamite last night.
Agreed.
That might have been a top fiver of the year for me. Like that, it didn't have like the crazy, there was some like really good like story progression, but like just in ring, top to bottom, holy crap, man.
Just great matchups. I mean,
that opening
storytelling and ring.
Yeah, the opening match, freaking tag match. Oh, so good. We'll get into it. But yeah, opened up with the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
So
and
our man,
All Ego Ethan Page. And
the show.
Of course, the creator of Bryan Danielson's new nickname, Stokely Hathaway, complete with trucker hat to keep the glare from his bald head. Can't be having that.
I cracked up for that immediately.
That popped me. I love that so much.
Seeing him at ringside.
The fact that it was a generic AEW hat and like
he's all got it all.
Yeah. And you knew it was like that. You're like, that's getting flipped off his head at some point, which it did later in the match, which was awesome. And I'm pretty sure I had to go back and rewatch it. And you were right. He, on the way down to the ring, he's mouthing "you raggedy bitch" on the way.
Oh, I love it. It's gonna be a t-shirt for sure.
Oh yeah, has to be.
But just seeing, man, having him at ringside is such an addition to the match because every time that Danielson was landing one of the his signature kicks, just watching him and his expressions are just priceless.
Stokely has very good facial expressions and just everything he does. There's no wasted movement or words or anything like that. Everything adds to the match, but it doesn't distract from it. It just adds to it.
Right.
Like he's not that he's there to be, the annoying distraction, but not in a God, I really wish this guy wasn't here way.
Not like a Dan Lambert kind of way.
Exactly.
Yeah. How glad are you that Ethan Page is now teamed up with Stokely Hathaway instead of?
I'm very glad, and that's the thing is that Hathaway's an even better talker than Lambert is, and like Page doesn't need anybody to talk for him, and they realize that, and they can be teamed up, and they can both talk.
Yeah, and they both play off each other, and it's great.
Yeah, that's what we wanted the whole time. So. That's great. And of course we had our AEW World Champion up in the rafters.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
in the skybox actually, with a Shotzi lookalike who apparently, what do we say her name?
Dottie Doom or
Dee
Dottie?
Dee. I don't fucking know.
Dee dee dottie 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 da. Lottie
I can't,
Lottie Dottie. We
I can't
likes to
remember. I
party.
don't know. She's an indie wrestler. I can't keep up with everybody.
Yeah.
But according to MJF, the only hot woman in Colorado.
Dottie
Which, you know,
Doom.
got to get that. There you go.
She
Got
doesn't
to
like
get that.
Shotzi though. Like
She
that's
did.
got to be
She like
somewhat
at
intentional. Can't be a
first
coincidence.
glance she does give off Shotzi vibes for sure. And at first I was like, oh God, are they gonna keep panning to him throughout the entire, and they really didn't that much. Like it wasn't over the top. Like remember the Danielson Mox match at Grand Slam where it was just like pan,
Yeah.
like it was constant.
Constantly. Or I guess when it started with him on the mic, I didn't want it to be like Nyla Rose and Vicky.
Yeah, like commentating throughout the entire thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But no, I mean he kind of
this
did
match,
got his
man,
point across. But
they
God,
gave him time. I mean, this match went almost 20 minutes, I think. It was it was 15 plus.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of time and ego. I mean, obviously we know Danielson's amazing, but like ego was able to showcase. I mean, that guy can make something as simple as a power slam look like, oh, that's it. That's the finish to this match. And
It's an atomic
also,
power slam though.
oh yeah, the avalanche power slam. Freaking, I thought he was gonna hit him with the ego's edge, and I was like, nope, just power slam. But yeah, that still hurts.
Yeah.
I
was waiting for an avalanche ego's edge.
Also, Danielson made him tap, not with one of his typical moves. He made him tap with the Regal stretch.
Didn't tap.
Passed out, which I also love. I feel like they use that quite a bit, but it's not so much that it's like it doesn't carry weight anymore. I think they do it just enough to where like, oh, he didn't tap, which protects him a little bit.
I think when it's justified, you can't have everybody do it, but when you have a match that's that good and both guys, in order to make both guys look good, when you have a match where both guys put that much into it, then I don't mind, even if it's they keep going to, more and more frequently. In this case, I absolutely don't mind.
I think they do
it. It's like good for him. That's just shows that he can go toe to toe, and he gave it his all literally until his body gave out.
Yeah, and they've done it to the point where, it's something they've gone to a decent amount, but it's not washed out yet.
But I mean, guys like him, Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
I think Takeshita passed out to Mox. Like, guys that you want, okay, they're not going to win, but they push this guy to his freaking limit and they're not giving up.
It's like guys that have quote unquote heart.
Yeah. And that's where, like, WWE almost doesn't do it enough. Cause, like, remember when, like, Ali did it to Lashley? Like, nobody, the crowd is not conditioned to be like, oh, that's something. They're just like, whatever. Lashley made him pass out.
Right.
But when you're actually seeing the storytelling like Ali was doing, you're like, oh, this is the story he's telling. So, I mean, I hope AEW like keeps that status quo of, we use it, but only on special occasions type thing. But that was great.
Obviously, we knew how that was going to go, though. I mean,
right.
Danielson's,
they're building him up lined up for MJF, which is, I'm guessing that's going to be the Revolution match. We still got 2 months. March. That's 2 months away. I mean, they've built slower feuds, so
slow play it. I mean, who else? Who else is going to be a contender versus?
Well, I mean, MJF had that whole freaking list. Remember that he posted on his social media or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's going to be a bunch, but also he said I'm not going to, wrestle a whole lot. So it's probably not going to be the whole list. It's probably only going to be a select few. I mean, I hate like I'm glad, I'm sure that's going to be a great feud, but also like I don't really want to see Bryan Danielson lose another world title match.
Right?
Like, come on, man. But I don't know. Maybe that's Danielson's thing. He just wants to put people over. I mean, the dude doesn't need a title. He really doesn't. It's more of a feather in the cap thing at this point. We all know how good he is.
Yeah, and he loves the business enough to just go out there, put on, great matches. Sometimes he's going to win, and sometimes he's going to lose. He doesn't, like you said, doesn't need a belt to make him, he's relevant.
And, you'll get the people that are like, well, they're burying him. No, they're not burying him. For all you know, Danielson's like, hey, I'll come here and be in really big matches, but I don't need a title. Yeah. Who knows? I don't know, but I could very much see that being his philosophy. If he's like, this is my last run, maybe he'll win it at the end of his run. Yeah. And then, really put over whoever takes it off of him.
I just want one thing during this feud, though. I want Danielson to acknowledge that, hey, I once had a goofy looking belt too.
Yes. I didn't even think about that, but yet the brown belt, oh, he has to bring it up. Mm-hmm. Oh man, that I don't even know what he's gonna say, but yes, that has to come up. That would be awesome.
Which actually, it's kind of a cool looking belt. I wonder what a replica like that would cost. I mean, it can't be that much. It was made of like what, hemp and pine?
Yeah, wasn't it like?
It
was like made out of like recycled materials or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I bet my dad could build it from a piece of cedar in his side yard. Anyway. Yeah, but I think that'd be funny. I think I don't remember why I seen a picture of that belt not too long
Here's
ago.
what I will say though. I feel like the firm's still working for MJF on the down low.
Like they had to let that kind of cool off, right?
Like this Paige being so pissed off with MJ, like it seems so over the top. Because they really haven't had a ton of interaction. He just like yells at him and is like, Max is the worst. And it's like, hey, remember, I hate him, and stuff like that. So,
well, I mean, you think part of that is because the whole kind of storyline they had set up for that kind of got squashed, with the Punk drama.
Yeah, and Stokely even went into that on his. He had an interview with Renee Paquette, like that. Kind of screwed everything up. The firm was going to be one thing and it turned into another. So I think they got something on the back burner that there's going to be a swerve.
Yeah.
There somewhere. So
I think so too. I think, that's they have to use that. Make use of that storyline because God, the way it started out was so freaking cool. All the masked men and the Rolling Stones song and and then didn't really get the payoff.
Yeah. I think something will come of that eventually. That'll be a big 2023 swerve. But what was next up the tag? BCC versus Top Flight?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Those two, I hope and pray that not even one of them, both of them can stay healthy, because if they can, man, those dudes, those are multi time tag team champions.
Yeah, I'd say I like to see them get if not maybe win them right now, but at least have a program with the champs, Acclaimed or whoever, may be coming up soon.
Yeah, and I think that's deserved. And maybe if they can keep the momentum going, I think they're a potential tag team champions this year. we have our resident CM Punk confidant in the chat with the iconic comment. Duh. Pro Wrestling
Pro.
Podcast. What's
up,
is
homie?
up? Speaking of pro, on Sunday, we are going to be doing a super show of our own. We're going to be fantasy booking our very own AEW versus WWE Supercard. All three of us live here on DWO YouTube channel. So join in, prepare, bring in your own fantasy bookings, comment, and we will just speculate wildly. We do have rules. We have a certain amount of matches and stuff like that, which we'll lay out at the beginning. But any current AEW versus WWE, men's, women's, all that stuff, it's going to be awesome. Join us.
Sunday.
And you can even ask Pro about his best friend CM Punk and any other insight he has into that story.
That's so cool.
To
see him like on other like wrestling news and stuff like that. That's funny.
What
for
is
those of you fathers?
What's up, my fathers?
Oh my God, I'm so
howdy, son. For those of you that don't know,
it was a good one.
Pro Wrestling Podcast posts a lot of wrestling news, usually different wrestlers and personalities that post tweets, just any relevant wrestling news. And one of them was Dax Harwood talking about how he believes that he hopes the Elite and CM Punk can kind of squash their beef and make things okay and make some money off the stuff. And the CM Punk commented on his post, and he commented, duh. So Pro Wrestling Podcast was all over the news last night and today. He is now the number one dirt sheet, for those of you that don't know. Dave Meltzer and SRS can suck it. Pro Wrestling Podcast. Go there to get your news. CM Punk Confidant. Anyway, moving on.
Good job, Dave. Good job.
Dave, you're the man. So yeah, I mean, this tag match was just honestly,
even going back to like last week with Mox versus Darius, you know, on paper again, you're like, geez, man, this looks like he's gonna demolish him. But I mean, Darius put up a good fight, you know, and he makes him look like, you know, credible.
Mm-hmm.
And then, man, just some of the combinations, you know, with Darius and Dante, man, with their tag team and just flinging themselves and springboarding off the ropes and diving through the ropes and the freaking jump rope over the swing. I mean,
yeah, like
it's just these guys are so freaking innovative.
Like there's one where he did like Dante like stepped up onto Darius and Darius like flipped Dante over Claudio and then they tagged it. It's just awesome, dude. Unreal athleticism. I love it. And I love just seeing, you know, yeah, BCC still gets their win, but you know, they're putting over these guys in the process. So
I think they were even kind of like looking at them like,
oh,
damn,
you're our favorite son, aside from Mike's real son and my non-existent one.
Yet.
You are my favorite son. Emmy's my favorite daughter. Dave is my favorite son. That was a joke my uncle always used with my cousin Ben and Angela, because he had one daughter and one son. He would always say, like, you're my favorite daughter. You're my favorite son. And then, I'm your only son. You're my favorite one, though.
Yeah. Not even by default.
Yeah. You just are.
I like you that much.
But yeah, I like BCC working a little heelish in this match. You think?
God, that last uppercut to take Darius out for the 3 was just. You see him like what? I was wondering if he was like talking, you know, smack to him, or for, you know,
Right.
Because I rewound it as like, was that last?
It was almost like you had the freaking audacity to make me go this hard in this match. You know what I mean? Like that's what it felt like.
Spit out his mouthpiece and just
yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, love to see that. I can't remember the order of all the segments, but
I think it was
I don't know. Was it Hook? I don't know if we had any like backstage segments in between this. I know
Moxley, Top Flight. Backstage, Hangman Page said he'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What's that?
John
LA?
John Silver doing his normal just being hilarious in the background. I can't remember what he said. He's like, yeah, check out his eyes. They're real cute. Johnny Hungee kills me.
I love him. He's so freaking funny. Yeah, Hook was next.
Okay.
A squash match, if you will.
Yeah. I mean, it was ultimately to set up the after. It was Stokely coming out with Big Bill and Lee Moriarty trying to take out Hook, and Jungle Boy comes out and just gets all over Lee Moriarty, and they tease something that I was hoping they were going to tease, and that is Hook judo throwing Big Bill. And yes. I cannot wait for it. That place is going to pop so hard when that happens.
I got chills when like Jungle Boy came out. I was like, something about this.
I love them as a tag team.
Of these two.
Yeah. And if they don't call him Jungle Hook, what are we doing? And they have a tag team finisher called the Bare Necessities. Come on. It's right there. It's right there. That's all I'm saying. But I loved all the visuals in this. Hook standing up to Big Bill, and like obviously Bill over anybody, but like Hook's usually a pretty intimidating figure, and you're just like, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean he is 7 foot tall, and
then
you can't teach that.
Can't teach that.
I miss those guys.
Yeah, that was
somehow, some way.
Did you see
get Enzo back with Big Bill?
You listen to that, didn't you? The busted open him saying he could take out MJF on the mic.
He would destroy him. Yeah,
he'd destroy him.
I'd like to see it. I mean, the dude, he is the Luke Skywalker of the microphone, or however he said it.
I'm a certified G and a bona fide stud.
I miss it, dude.
Yeah, he was so good. Anyway, yeah, I do miss it. That guy, like, do you remember when he just went around? It was like on a 205 Live, and he just went around and like destroyed everybody, like standing up, like the entire 205 Live roster,
roasted everybody.
Yes, it was so good because he had like a stipulation in the contract, like nobody could touch him or he would retain the title forever or some stupid shit. Yeah, gotta love him. God love you, Enzo.
You go back and watch them at 205 Live. I bet there's some.
I bet there's some really good matches on there that never got promoted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't, really Vince didn't have his hand on that much. That's somebody else's baby.
Right.
Anyway, sorry.
So yeah, what do we have after
Red Hook? Chris Jericho cutting his promo on Ricky.
Yeah.
And then match number 6.
So it is that set up Jericho versus Starks in Seattle next week. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited for this. I mean, it's a different pairing, a different, both those guys are, again, we just seen with Ricky and MJF that, Ricky can go toe to toe on the mic with the best of them. And, we never doubted his in-ring stuff.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. It's going to be very interesting. I'm hoping that this Jericho feud plays out like it should.
And build.
Well,
Guy.
just I don't. It goes the length it's supposed to. It puts over the people it's supposed to, and it doesn't have a little asterisk in the end of "I'm still Chris Jericho. I'm the best." You know what I mean? Like that's
They showed the replay of the fireball, and
dude.
actually
That
on
was
Andretti's
the
face.
best fireball I've ever seen him do.
Yeah,
that thing looked
that made
gnarly.
contact. That
Yes.
made contact.
That shit looks so gnarly.
It's probably why he's off TV.
Well, yeah, I know, like
Legitimately.
like, eyeball fucking burns.
He's got to grow his eyelashes back.
He's got like no eyebrows. What if he shaves his eyebrows off?
Look what you did to me.
Look at like freaking Rod Swanson with the. That'd be amazing. Yeah, so that was Jericho being Jericho. Did we have Swerve after that, or was it later?
Next it was a trios match.
Oh, that
match
was
number
Jesus,
6.
Man, this was probably my favorite one so far.
Yeah, I mean, how do they just keep getting better and better and better, man?
That's what you love about it is everybody, half the people were like, we got to see 7 of these. Like, I don't want to watch it. Dude, they make you want to watch.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega hit a freaking one-winged angel off of something through a table and
broke his ass.
Looked like he actually broke his ass on the way down. And then having Matt Jackson and the Brutalizer in the ring, I thought that was a nice touch. And he gets the pin before he taps out.
There was so many good spots in this match, though.
Yeah, there was it's hard to even recap it all. There was so many obviously it started in the back, which I did. I was watching
the V trigger to the garbage can.
Oh my God, it was so good. How about the Northern Lights suplex chain down the ramp?
Oh yeah,
that was so awesome. Good. That was so good. I love that. Loved that.
That was really good. The tornado off the top of the stage.
Off the stage, yeah.
That dude's ridiculous, man. He's so freaking good.
Speaking of the stage, before I forget about this, next week we're getting all new stage setup, production, entrance theme, like their new era for AEW. Apparently.
Oh, new Dynamite.
And I'll tell you what else that reminded me of the ring announcer. So Dasha Currett was the ring announcer tonight.
Yeah.
Justin Roberts, I think his mom's sick or something like that. So they're giving him time off with her. But I think that's awesome that they have her, like Justin's the one that usually does it. But the fact that, she's just as good. Like I really didn't notice that much of a difference. Like I wasn't like, where's Justin Robert? Like she does great. I love it.
Yeah.
So that's all. I'm glad they've been giving her reps on Rampage, which I've noticed recently, so that way, hey, if Justin can't make it, you got another one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not so,
What is up?
Yo.
Anthony Manzano. Hashtag MOB. But yeah, I think that'll be that's something to look forward to on Dynamite. Whole new production, new this, that, whatever.
Well, they had that. They brought in that VP over from WWE of Global, whatever the heck.
Right.
So, we'll see you.
So
trying to make it more of a big time show. But yeah, I mean,
this match, like, it just makes you that much more excited. Like, these guys are going to have a ladder match in 2 weeks. Like, I can't freaking wait. And that's the thing.
It was going to get to there. So, but they still made it exciting.
Yeah, some of them are getting a 1 week break, but like Kenny did this. Next week, he's going to Japan to wrestle Will Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom. And then the following week is going to LA to wrestle a ladder match, a trios ladder
Mhm.
match. Holy shit.
Yeah, and not like him versus Osprey. Oh God, I can't wait. That's gonna be so good. They've been chirping at each other for a while.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Oh yeah, Dragon Lee signed with WWE. Which good for him, man. It's awesome. I don't really know why he's going to NXT. I don't know. I mean, if it was me, I'd have him as babyface. Personally, but
bring him in with.
I don't know. You could do bring him in as a heel and have him and
Santos Escobar.
Him and A-Kid tear the house down. A-Kid is Axiom now, but
yeah. Oh shit, dude, that'd be.
You know what I mean? Those guys can go to town and just. I mean, Dragon Lee can go in there and have a banger with anybody, but
and I guess it kind of does, like you said, you don't understand him going to NXT, but in the same token, I kind of feel like the kind of
he wouldn't get a pop on the main roster. He needs to get built up. Yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense. I'm just saying, in ring skill wise, like he does not need development. He's good to go.
Yeah. He just needs He just needs more exposure to the
I don't see him being an NXT
general audience
super long. But yeah, I'm excited to see what he does there. I think he spices up NXT for sure in a very good way. But
now,
is he
whatchamacallit's brother? Ray Phoenix's brother? Is that Dragon Lee or is that the other
Dralistico?
One? Dralistico, yeah.
Yeah. They just won the AAA tag titles off FTR.
I know, no. Which one? Oh, no. I'm sorry. It's the brother of Roosh. That's what it is. Who's Roosh's brother? Dralistico?
I think they're all brothers. I think all three of them are. It's Roosh, Dragon Lee, and Dralistico. I'm pretty sure are all brothers. I'm fairly certain. Someone can correct me on that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure they're all brothers. Are you looking it up right now?
Me? No.
Okay. So what did we have? I mean, I love that match. I can't wait for the ladder match. Super excited. And then what else do we got?
Let's see. After that,
you got the rundown.
Team, the ladies.
Oh, there you go. Dragon Lee and Dralistico are brothers. Dragon Lee and Roosh are cousins.
Okay. Thank you.
So Dragon Lee and Dralistico are cousins to Roosh.
Okay. Word.
Good to know. Good to know.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I mean, no offense, Anthony. I'm so done talking about that whole situation. There's so many sides to that story. I don't think we're ever going to get the full story.
Yeah, but
I think it's lack of professionalism, on both sides, really. Because like Punk said the shit that he said, he did not need to say that on the post show,
Yep.
And also the Elite didn't need to get that fired up and go barge into his locker room. I think there's fault on both sides for sure.
Yep. Like we said before, we think that as executives, you should have, you either got to be executives or you got to be performers. I mean, it's hard to be both because people are always going to assume. That's why Cody, vowed to never take the world championship.
Yeah,
because he knew that it would, immediately be associated.
It would look horrible. Yeah, because everybody knew what he wanted at WWE. So him going after the world title at AEW would have just been like, oh, he just made the company so he could get a world title.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So so you got to appreciate the way that he handled it, But
yeah, and now that's coming full circle because if he doesn't win that title from Roman this year, then I don't know what's going through Triple H's head. So
as much as everybody loves Cody Rhodes, though, I mean, let's be honest. If Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks are on your card and they're not, but again, though, it's like those guys don't need titles to be relevant. While they put on some of the best matches and that, it's like, do they really need titles though? Because if they're just simply on the card, it's going to be a good match.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and Cody proved that. I mean, look at he faced Rollins how many times this year, and every one of them was a good match. So
it's just a grudge match.
Yeah, gotta love it. Oh, that's an interesting thought. Do you guys think Daniel, Bryan, Moxley, and Claudio bring another young guy to add on with Wheeler? Who would you guys add? I'm guessing that's add to the group. I don't know if I'd add anybody.
I've thought about that. Like, but
I don't know that they need another guy. Honestly, if they bring in anybody, I wish they'd bring in like Deeb or something. Like, bring in a badass woman. Like, bring in
Deeb would be perfect.
Serena Deeb, Marina Shafir, like something. Like, imagine Marina Shafir with them, man. Just going in and just being a badass MMA, whatever. Like, or Deeb, doing the shit she does.
Serena Deeb. So.
Oh, I do too. Yeah, she's great. I think bringing a woman into that group would be really cool. That would be my answer to that question for sure.
I defer to my partner's decision.
Appreciate you.
The man knows how to book it. Damn it!
I tell you, I try. They're not all winners, but I'd like to think I'm over 500.
Yeah, so they're all high fly balls at least.
Absolutely. But I know this had to be one of your favorite things. That Max Caster rap.
Oh my God, that was great.
Buddy. That was the best one he's ever done.
Yes.
And buddy, I guarantee you they did not clear that entire thing with AEW management.
No way.
He was shooting like a mother in that. Like, I can't even think of, I need to write down all the stuff he said, but man, bringing up like Global Force Wrestling. And I mean, he was shooting on Double J hard, but like everything he was saying is 98% of the people that are watching AEW's sentiment. Like, why is this guy? Why is he on our television? Same with Lethal. Like, the whole, like, man, you've been impersonating people, but nobody's impersonating you. Like,
yes, I was just to say, I love that. That was great.
That was so good. And just, the whole thing was so good. Dude, Max is a real one, man. I love me some Max Caster, which, I'll still say it is just crazy considering they were, kind of a comedy heel tag team, a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. Like they were just kind of, they were there. Max did his little raps. Everybody, popped a little bit. The road dog of the Acclaim. Yeah, for sure. Max Caster is 100% the road dog of the Acclaimed, and Bowens is the daddy ass, so to speak.
It's like daddy ass standing in the background.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Your tag team
DWO proudly presents. We need to write one for us.
The road dog, Jesse James, the badass Billy Gunn, the new age outlaws. I love that. That was one of my favorite intros ever. See, I don't know. Like, I don't really see a point. It's gonna be like Billy's gonna go back with his sons or something. I don't know. Which I don't want Austin and Colton Gunn on my screen. Like, they are a serviceable tag team. They are good in the ring, but nothing they have done has been like, I want to watch them wrestle.
They're really
I
good
know
on
they're
Monday
supposed to
nights on
be
Dark Elevation.
the annoying shit heels, but they're not. I'm sorry, they're just not there. Like nothing they've done has gotten over with me. Comment about you're gonna have to give us a second, Anthony. Oh, there it is. Okay. Saraya debuted in AEW. That's where I thought he thought she would go to Blackpool. And yeah, that's a good shout. I'm thinking more just like style wise. I would say. I mean, she still could. I don't really think she needs to be. In fact, I think if they bring somebody in, it's to, kind of build them up, which is why I would shoot more towards Shafir because Deeb's kind of already made. But
It's
also
true.
Deeb would be really cool in there though. Just like being a part of that faction,
Yeah.
it just either way. I think Deeb
What?
or Shafir would be
Or
perfect in
both.
there.
Both because
Or
they
both, yeah. Make
on
it
the
a big
men's side you
faction.
have the
Who gives a
veteran
shit?
presence and the young guy presence.
Yeah,
So
you
why
got
not?
to come in and get your ass beat, and then you're initiated. But
Yeah,
no, I mean that's a good shout about Saraya though, like with her history and stuff like that. I just think she's kind of cool on her own. Doesn't really need the rub. But
I think
yeah,
she's just happy to be back in the ring.
yeah, for sure. And that man, that hang on a second, my dog's chewing on a fucking pen.
For someone who never thought they'd wrestle again, any opportunity to get back in the ring, I'm sure is just a blessing.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
So
no doubt about it.
No, I mean, does it make you wonder though? Do you think maybe the WWE doctors were just like, "We're done with you. We're not going to look anymore. We don't want to hear what other doctors have to say."
I don't know. I really don't. I don't really like speculating on that, I guess, because I don't have details
Yeah.
to where I can speculate, because I don't want to be like, the WWE doctors are evil and they won't let her wrestle. It's just, maybe
No,
she
I'm just
thought,
wondering
hey,
if-
I can start fresh over here and do something really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that was her thought. I don't know. Either way, though, if her tag partner on January 11th is not Sasha Banks, they better announce that next week.
Yeah.
Because if it's not, whoever it is going to be a letdown.
Yep.
I think the only one that wouldn't be a letdown would be like AJ Lee.
Ooh.
Like if Punk is somehow cool with the company and AJ Lee comes out,
that'd be crazy.
That'd be pretty wild.
That was her first match on the main roster too, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So
ceremonious. The women's tag team match, though. I mean, our girl Willow Nightingale. Always good to see her. I didn't see much.
So
of
I like the psychology of this with Willow wants the tag team to work and Ruby's kind of reluctant,
Mm-hmm.
what have you. And I think they can tell a cool story with this.
Yeah.
And that's fine. They want to give JAS their win on a Dynamite, and then maybe this goes
in a very jasshole
fashion. And then this could end up going to maybe it's a feud that leads into Revolution, or maybe it just ends on the January 11th show. I don't know. I would imagine the January 11th show is probably going to have a Hater title defense, which I kind of wish that she would have been on the show tonight to set something up.
Rampage, I believe.
No, that's never mind. Hater's in the tag match, so never mind. She's not going to have a title defense. I
feel like they're going to.
But I think whatever comes out of that tag match is definitely going to set up her title defense for Revolution.
So, I mean, if it is Sasha Banks, that she immediately...
I don't think so. I think that would be, well, I don't know.
Be a very TNA thing to do.
No, that just that I feel like that would, as much as people love Sasha Banks, I think that would definitely bring some ill will, especially with how over Jamie is being a homegrown AEW.
I just want to see a few more matches like she had with freaking
God, dude,
Sheeta
and Storm, like, let her wrestle like Tony Storm did. Let her wrestle every other Dynamite.
Yeah.
Just let her go, man. She's awesome.
Yeah, I'm actually see who her next opponent is, the next contender.
Yeah.
I mean, they rolled out a ton of opponents for Tony Storm, so like you said, now we have the opposite side of the coin. Now we have all the faces to come out and try to face off with Jamie Hayter.
Mm-hmm.
But I think during this, and during that too, I think they're slowly, because the crowd is behind her, while she does have these heel tendencies, the Britt Baker being kind of the ultimate heel, allows Jamie to be, play the kind of the a la good cop, bad cop, where she's kind of like the lesser of two evils. And then at some point it's going to be Britt versus Jamie Hayter in the payoff.
Well, I still think Jamie losing the title is going to be Britt costing her, because she's jealous that she's getting the limelight and Britt's not. I think that's the story I would tell, because everybody has wanted that match, the Jamie Hayter full face turn versus Britt Baker heel, and Jamie losing her I mean, you could even do it to where she loses it like at Revolution because Britt interferes or something. You know what I mean? And then it's okay. Jamie takes out, has a program with Britt, beats Britt, and then goes and gets her title back type thing.
I hope they let Jamie Hayter hang on to it for a little while. Let her kind of
I want her to do that too. I'm saying it would be a really solid heat for Britt to make her lose it early when everybody's in love with her having the title right now, and then she gets it like right back like a month later type thing. You know what I mean?
Because it's definitely they haven't really touched on her being jealous of Jamie yet. They haven't.
Well, I mean, they do a little bit, like with she cuts in when she's supposed to cut a promo, Britt will step in and say something, things like that. Either way, though, I would really like it if they, I don't know, could have 2 women's matches on the card. Like, you have the division for it, man. It's not that hard. And it's not
they had 4 women wrestling. They just had it in a tag team match.
Yeah, and that's Tony's cop out. Oh, let's put a fatal 4-way or a trios match on the card. There, you got 6 women.
So in the recap I'm reading, it says, prior to the match, a pre-taped video saw the Acclaim absolutely smoke Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal in the latest MaxCaster rap.
Yes. Love that.
Wow.
Yeah, that rap was so good, man. That might be one I have to go back and listen to again, because there were so many good digs in that. But
that leads
also
us to
Jade Cargill versus Kiera Hogan on Rampage should be pretty good, I think.
Oh yeah,
that'll be a good one.
Okay, no, I was thinking it was Red Velvet that was like one of Jade's first feuds.
It was. That was her very first match. It was Red Velvet and Cody Rhodes versus Shaq and Jade.
That's right.
Yeah.
And someone smacked the
Jade
spit out of someone's mouth.
That was Jade smacking Red, and Jade didn't know how to smack people yet and smacked her way too hard. Yeah. Working a little stiff.
It's a big hand to get smacked with.
I'll tell you.
I wouldn't want to take that.
No. So that led us to main event, which earlier in the night we totally forgot about that. Joe attacks Wardlow with the pipe, and all night they're like, "Is Wardlow going to make it? Is Wardlow going to make it?" Joe comes out. Wardlow doesn't come out. Joe gets on the mic. Then Wardlow, the heroic babyface, comes limping out, pushing people off of him, puts on a great match with Joe. And I thought this was a perfect way to protect Wardlow. You know, fights valiantly, but still, I kind of wish he would have used. I mean, I know like his thing is the coquina clutch, sleeper hold, but like if you hit his knee, like wouldn't you want to tap out his knee? I don't know. That's just me being picky.
I mean, I feel like that was just to kind of keep him from
Hitting the power bomb and yeah, for sure. Which we saw he couldn't hit the second one.
Yep. He did it when he was assisted,
but
with the Braves.
Still hit the freaking moonsault.
Dude,
Swanton.
What was that other one? Yeah, I mean, geez, dude.
Whisper in the war. I don't know. Jeff Hardy Wardlow.
You're too big to do that. You're too big.
Man, he don't give a shit.
No. But I mean, yeah, God, these two behemoths just slugging it out, and then to see, you know, Joe's freakishly athletic for a guy his size and his stature. You know, I mean, some of the stuff he pulls off, his enziguri kicks are always pretty sweet looking.
Oh yeah.
Joe's always just fun to watch, man. His style's so cool. That walk away is cool every freaking time.
Every time. That's one of my favorite spots in wrestling. Samoa Joe walk away.
Yeah. But it just, God, you know, part of me was kind of hoping like, okay, well, they're taking Wardlow out. Maybe are they subbing somebody else in, you know, or they?
I thought it was going to be Powerhouse or Miro.
Yeah.
Which I'm very much hoping that Miro's back either next week or the following. Like they got to bring him back for something.
Yes.
They really do.
And they're building some sort of story with Powerhouse Hobbs too. So.
Yeah, and I feel like they need to get somewhere with that. And I'm interested, but it's kind of like the Bray thing where I'm like, okay, let's go.
6 months later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tough times.
A few years later.
Hard times, daddy.
Hard time, daddy. But overall, man, this was just absolutely fantastic. He makes Wardlow pass out in the sleeper and then proceeds to grab a pair of scissors and cut off the patented Wardlow man bun, which should be interesting to see. Is Wardlow going to get a shaved head or what's? I don't know. What's he going to do?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a big spot, man. Cutting off.
It's funny though. We were just talking about them using the instead of submission, the pass out that they did it in the first match and the last match of the night. No, I didn't think about that till you just said that.
I didn't think about it either. But I mean, both make sense, you know, and it's not to the point where it's overused. It's used in the right spots.
And like I said, I didn't even think about it at the time until you just said it, and the fact that we had spoke on it earlier. But
absolutely.
No, agreed. I mean, it's curious to see what I thought the same thing. What's he gonna look like? What kind of hairstyle is he gonna go with now?
Right. And also we had the to set up the Rampage main event, we had the Kip Saban Best Friends promo segment backstage, and I just thought that was hilarious that, you know, Trent's like, well, you know, technically by your logic, I eliminated you. And Orange is just like, yeah, he's right. Trent, you got a shot. What?
Which I am freaking excited for.
Dude, that's going to be so good.
Wow. Yeah.
That's going to be really good.
How weird would it be if Trent took it off him?
Dude, that'd be so funny. Like, that'd be hilarious.
And
they just got to be like...
Orange wouldn't even care.
Yeah, he'd just be like, all right. Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting. I love those guys, so definitely excited.
I do. I want a best friend shirt.
Yeah,
gotta give the people what they want.
One. Gotta get a best friend shirt. Gotta get a Chuck Taylor shirt. Support the Kentucky Gentleman.
I do. I have one on my wish list. I live in. Them in like smelling faces, especially when Daddy has whiskey.
Oh. what is the other match that's announced? I know we're supposed to hear from John Moxley. We got Jade versus Kira, Orange versus Trent. Did they announce another one?
I can't remember. Not those are the ones that I can think of. Either way, I mean that I'm sure there'll be something else. I know there could be more matches to be announced for next Dynamite, but no, man, I don't remember. You looking it up?
Interesting. Paul White is going to be Big Show to the layman. Is going to be on the Rampage commentary team moving forward. Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Kip Sabian was at the announce table. Let's see.
Cassidy, Trent Beretta, Swerve, and Wheeler.
Saban has a squash match. Moxley, Jade Cargill. Oh, Swerve and Yuta. Yeah.
I just said.
I know. I wasn't listening. Oh, that's the main event. Nice.
That ought to be good.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one for sure.
And at least Yuta has somebody to get his back versus those two. I like that they're trying to keep that guy a mystery. And this guy.
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently that was literally the point. They were like, yeah, we meant to keep him a mystery. But
yeah, man. I mean, Friday gives us the Friday Night SmackDown, the flagship show for WWE, and it looks to be another good Rampage. So,
yeah, Sunday's gonna be a long show, man, because I feel like we're gonna be talking about SmackDown a little bit as well.
We're getting closer to the Royal Rumble.
I'm excited, man. Rumble. I mean, I don't think they can do much worse than last year. So,
the Rumble is coming.
It's coming, I tell you. I'm excited for a Triple H Rumble for sure. Very excited.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But other than that, you got anything else?
No.
No.
Well, see you next year, everybody. It's been quite a 2022, and hopefully 2023 continues on this kind of trend, because so far this tail end has been quite fun. This little thing we got going here has been a great outlet, so we appreciate everybody watching.
I very much enjoyed it, and hopefully we keep it going in 2023. And to help us do that, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, or you will be submitted.
We're at 92. Let's get to a hundo. Let's get to
like Chris Jericho does
hundo
all the time. We would very much appreciate it. And
check out our Pro Wrestling T-shirts store.
Wrestling Tees. Thank you.
The DWO podcast.
Brain
a few
farting.
Of these, you too can look just like these cool ass dads.
Got more designs in the works. Once I get off my butt and find some creative juices to figure out my shirt, we will have new designs up.
I got some creative juice right here.
There you go. I might need to pop mine open.
How'd you do at the liquor store?
I wasn't able to go.
Boom, 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 boom.
I know.
I should have sent you home with a sample.
I appreciate it. I'm sure I'll get one here eventually. I got enough.
Well,
I got enough bottles to get me by.
I know, but I need to give you the right rye whiskey to get your palate ready for those.
True that.
True that, homie. All right. No, that's all I got.
All right. Yeah, that's all I got. Top dads.
See you guys.
Out.
Dad,